Welcome to Captain's Log, and it is Thursday at 10:21 a.m. on September 13th, 2018, and the topic today is Hurricane Florence. Now, as a sailor, we have software. It's called PredictWind, and that's just one piece of software that we use in order to predict the wind so we don't get offshore and things surprise us by having heavy winds. So, you know, the unforeseen storms, whatever, really can't be predicted, but basically the wind patterns and the amount of wind consistent can be predicted. And that's what this company does. So right here now we're looking at Hurricane Florence, where it's located on Thursday morning, and I have put a green dot where I'm located. Okay, can you see that on the map? Now these little flags are direction and speed of the wind. So the green dot on the screen there, if you just look at the first flag to the upper right of that green dot, that's showing 15 knots of wind. To the left and above that flag there is showing 5 knots of wind. Below and to the left of the flag, that's showing 10 knots of wind. So every one of those hash marks on the flagpole is showing how fast it's going. So if you had 3 hash marks and a half of a hash mark, that would be 35 knots of wind. So I'm going to go ahead and push play, and you can see for yourself what the wind speed's going to be. There we go. Alright, now, so the animation will begin, and as you can see, 10 knots of wind, 15, there was a momentary 20 there. You can see the storm hitting Wilmington. Pretty consistent between 10 and 20 knots of wind up here in our area. You can see now it's dissipating, and now for us the storm will be over according to PredictWind. So I'm going to pause it there. Stop. There we go. Okay, and we'll look at our time schedule. So the time schedule there says between Sunday and Monday. But I think if I back up that time schedule, basically to Friday to Saturday, and look at where I'm at. So I'm down here on Friday to Saturday, and you look at where I'm at, 10 to 20 knots of wind, but you can see that the storm has really moved out of our area. So we're praying for those that are getting a direct impact from this storm, but you know, it's not going to be us. It definitely turned and went to the south, so for that I am grateful. Okay, so for us, this is really the height of the storm, and there's our wind indicator at the top of the mast, 13. I've seen as high as 17, 18 knots of wind at the top of the mast. So basically, yeah, this is kind of a non-event really, but got a little wind. The marina allowed me to tie a spring line out there to that post, and what that's for is to hold us off the dock in case the water comes up. So if the water level comes up, that'll hold us off the dock. Just kind of walking around here. All the lines are 5/8 lines. They put in these big posts here in case the water level comes up. So I've got all the lines rigged, so if the water level does come up, I can adjust the lines from the boat instead of getting down onto the dock. And then I've got the other end of that spring line right there attached to the front. So between those two lines, it really holds us off the dock. we're just kind of suspended out there. But yeah, you know, I still got it close enough where I can get on and off, no problem. There's the sky. I mean, this is as bad as it's gonna be for us. Basically, light sprinkles, little bit of wind, maybe 20 knots of wind. Really a nice day. I'm thinking about taking the dinghy out and doing a little boating. Go up the Dismal Swamp for a bit. Take a little ride, maybe.